What's up, guys? Small Fan 101 here, and yes, first, let me get it out of the way. I am sorry I have not been uploading videos, but A, it's been a weird week, and B, I have come across a bit of a snag. Okay, so, as you know, I'm recording this on a laptop, and that allows me to record a lot longer than the device that I previously used, which is a good thing. There is one problem. The uploading process is significantly longer. Before when I could do it, I usually could upload after recording. If I try to record immediately, if I try to upload immediately after recording, at most maybe 20 minutes, um, possibly even less than that. But it takes 2.5 hours to upload a video after I've recorded it on here, which is, I guess, the trade-off in the fact that I can record longer is the fact that it takes longer to upload. And you're probably thinking, okay, so it takes longer to upload. Why aren't you still uploading a little bit more regularly? There's one little other catch that I didn't even know about until a few weeks ago. Obviously, I'm living with my family, mother, father. Recently, my sister's moved in. It's now not just me and my parents, but it's also my sister, my brother-in-law, and two little girls. My nieces, who are adorable, by the way. Um, and the reason why I haven't been uploading as much isn't just because of the hour thing, although that pretty much puts a damper on it. But it's really this note, and it's the fact that whenever I upload, it sucks the internet dry. For other YouTubers who are watching this, it may happen to you too when you upload, depending on how strong or weak your internet may be. But um, whenever I'm in the process of uploading, not recording. Recording is different. This does nothing to the internet. But when I record, sorry, my knees again. When I record, it it sucks the internet because we have a lot of internet devices in this house. Phones. For the time being, we have Netflix, various other things, tablets, other laptops. So all of it counts. So if one device is needed to upload, it takes a lot of internet. But because there's so many devices in the house either being used or what so have you, it makes the other internet run so slow. Especially if you're like watching Netflix, it will buffer over and over. It will keep buffering. Nothing will ever change. So that's the real reason why I haven't been able to upload. Obviously, uploading for 2.5 hours, that's 2.5 hours of not doing any internet. Obviously, it's not fair to the other 6 people in this house, or five, four really. The other 6 people in this house. So I'm trying to figure it out. Soon I might, if I ever get the money, then I hope I will. I'll get my own damn laptop so I can record, because I'm technically using a family laptop. It doesn't really do anything in terms of viruses. And I'll be able to fix that. But until then, I'm stuck with this. And yes, I can record longer, but the caveat is that I will probably have to upload like in the middle of the night, like midnight, like 12 o'clock and onwards. Because everyone will be asleep. Because I can't just record like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Because people will be using internet, obviously. And if I do that, the shit gets laid on me. It sucks. So that's why all this shit's happening. So with that being said, let's get to the review. I still plan on reviewing shit. I just have to upload in the middle of the night instead of uploading like during the day, but it would be more convenient. So, my first review. This is my a 3-week review of weeks 6, 7, and 8 of the Cruiserweight Classic. I have, by the way, been following the Cruiserweight Classic. So just because I haven't been making videos as often, it doesn't mean I'm not following on any of them. I'm following on every one of them, although at least online. Watching TV, however, NXT last week, TNA the past couple of weeks. Although the first week after I pretty much stopped uploading full time, some big stuff happened there. Sorry, and Ring of Honor. Well, it's from what I've read, it's just the post pay-per-view shows, which are not that good. So I haven't missed much in that sense. But let's get to this shit right away. This is week 6. I'm reviewing week 6, 7, 8. And a lot of shit. Damn. Like hiccups and coughing. Shit. I hate that. I think I do have the hiccups. Fuck. So, week 6, 7, and 8 of the Cruiserweight Classic I am reviewing. Week 6 had 3 matches. Akira Tozawa versus Jack Gallagher, Noam Dar against Ho Lun, and Brian Kendrick against Tony Nese. That's, pretty good matches here. Although, two of them pretty good matches. Noam Dar and Ho Lun was not that good. Then again, and here's the thing, I know Noam Dar is better than this, because I've seen it in WCPW before he left. He had pretty damn good matches, and a great match with Jay Lethal, and damn good matches with Rampage Brown and Douglas Williams. So, with that said, his matches in the CWC has been a disappointment. But let's get to the first match, which was Akira Tozawa versus Jack Gallagher. This was a pretty good match. Jack Gallagher is a lot of fun to watch. Damn those. Sorry about the hiccups, guys. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And Akira Tozawa is one of the bigger non-New Japan guys to come to the WWE, along with Kenta, who was a Noah guy. If I recall correctly, Akira Tozawa was a CWX guy or WXW. I think it was WXW. I forget which one it is. But with that being said, this was a pretty damn good match. I had a lot of fun watching this match. It wasn't a great match. It was just a step below. It was a pretty damn good match. So. Damn. Like, for my hiccups, people like from freaking, like I'm fucking Austin Powers with Mini-Me. See? I'm not happy. But, anyways, Akira Tozawa won with the delayed deadlift German suplex. Look, I love Akira Tozawa, but a German suplex is not that great of a finish unless it's a Brock Lesnar German suplex. It's not a finisher. It is a pretty damn good German suplex, but it's not like a finishing maneuver. So I say stick with like a submission or maybe just like a kick or something like that as your finisher. But if you want to go with the delayed German suplex, for the love of God, tell some people to stop doing. I guess you could say it's a delayed deadlift German suplex. So I guess that could count as a finisher. I just hate it when Ho Lun used it because he is the same damn move. But it was a great match. A pretty damn good match. I think. If the vignettes from Raw last night are any indication, I think Jack Gallagher is coming to the Cruiserweight division, along with Gran Metalik and Akira Tozawa. So, let's see how this goes here. Noam Dar beat Ho Lun in in the match, and I gotta say, this match was mediocre. I don't think it was as bad as some people said it is. I think it's okay, but I have not been impressed by either Ho Lun or Noam Dar. Noam Dar, like I said earlier, he's had pretty damn good to great matches in WCPW. He only had 4 matches. I forgot. He was in a triple threat with El Ligero and Will Ospreay. That was a great match. I gotta change the rating. I gotta go back and change the rating. But yeah, I've not been impressed by by Noam Dar in this tournament. To me, and this is could be just me. I just think it's the talent they stuck him with. Gerg Sira is not that great of a performer compared to his brother. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But that match was only like 3 minutes long. And Ho Lun, out of all the Cruiserweight Classic wrestlers, was one of the weaker wrestlers. Even though he came from China, which is not a place you see a lot of pro wrestling, or Hong Kong, I should say. A place you don't see pro wrestling in often. So I'll give him props on that. But he's not that great of a wrestler. Granted, he's still pretty young, so maybe he'll grow and become a great wrestler one day. But yeah, Noam Dar, he hasn't impressed me so far. However, he's in a match against Zack Sabre Jr. tomorrow night, as I am recording this. So yeah, maybe he'll have a great match with Zack Sabre Jr. He's bound to have at least one great match. I'm willing to predict if he was in the ring with like Cedric Alexander, Kota Ibushi, someone like that, he would be kicking ass, absolutely. But man, just mediocre this match was. Noam Dar won with a knee bar, which is his finisher, and a pretty good one, I must say. Next, we had Brian Kendrick against Tony Nese. This was a pretty, like Tozawa and Gallagher, this was a pretty damn good match. Tony Nese really impressed me. I knew Brian Kendrick was pretty damn good, but Tony Nese, that is a guy that is just awesome. Tony Nese is pretty damn good, especially for how the guy's built. Not how big he is or how much he weighs. The guy, he almost looks like Brian Cage, like Cage from Lucha Underground. He is jacked, and yet he is a cruiserweight, 205 pounds and under. I find that completely hilarious. But it was a great match. I can't give any specifics about it because it was 3 weeks ago. So, sorry about that. But it was a great match. It was a pretty damn good match. Kendrick won. And I think it was a pretty damn good show to watch. Now, next up, we have Rich Swann and Lince, and this is week 7 by the way. So week 6, check it out. Week 7 was an even better week. It was, I think, it was like the second best week or third best week now for Cruiserweight Classic, which they're all pretty damn close. Rich Swann and Lince Dorado had the shortest match of the night. They had a pretty damn good match, a pretty fun match for the 8 to 10 minutes it got, maybe. Yeah. They had a lot. There was a lot of high flying action going on here, and Rich Swann continues to impress. So does Lince Dorado. I think Lince Dorado actually signed on to a WWE contract, but they didn't advertise him last night as to coming to the Cruiserweight division, so he might be headed to NXT first. But Rich Swann, they already got it, so he's already in NXT. But damn, Rich Swann is pretty damn good and fun to watch. The guy is just oozes with he oozes with charisma, which is a great quality. You need to have charisma. Something Apollo Creed. Now I'm saying it. Something that Apollo Crews does not have. So yeah, Rich Swann beat Lince Dorado. And it was a fun match. Go check it out. Next we have Drew Gulak versus Zack Sabre Jr. And while I liked watching Zack Sabre Jr. in his first match in the CWC, the technical wrestling almost did seem a little bit boring. I will say. This week, he looked a lot more like Jack Gallagher in terms of technical wrestling, and the fact that Jack Gallagher, he makes the technical wrestling look a lot of fun. Zack Sabre Jr. this week was the same with Drew Gulak. It's because Drew Gulak is also a technical wrestler, but he does other styles too. And I think the story with Drew Gulak was that he's an older wrestler who never got his due in WWE, even though he should have. So to be shown up by a kid, basically, from the looks of it, with Zack Sabre Jr., he needs to win the tournament. So it's somewhat similar to Brian Kendrick. So Zack Sabre Jr. won the match, but this was a great match. This was a great match in the tournament. Which it's a 4-star rating match, which up until recently you didn't get to see a lot of 4-star rated matches. Up until this point, it was only Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa and Kota Ibushi and Cedric Alexander. This was the third one. And then the next one was the fourth one, which was TJ Perkins versus Johnny Gargano. This was a great match, and unlike the other matches, I can actually name some specific details. There was some great wrestling gear. TJ Perkins got him like a jumping kick, like a jumping spinning kick right to Johnny Gargano's face. Johnny Gargano played off, and I love this. He played off an injury that he sustained at Takeover. I think it was Takeover Dallas, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Takeover Dallas. It was Takeover Brooklyn 2, which only happened in terms of it airing 4 days earlier on Sunday, or 3 days earlier, whatever. So going into the CWC and NXT, they had a plan ahead of time that Gargano would sustain this kayfabe injury. Damn, that was a big one. So it was just a lot of it was just a lot of fun to watch this match. It was great storytelling. Johnny Gargano hit like a dive from the apron and hit his leg on the ring bell, which played into the injury. Kayfabe. The ending of the match came when, and this is my favorite part of the match though, was Johnny Gargano. He hit a move, but it's called a long dart. I didn't even know this until I saw him on review a couple weeks ago. He hit a move called a long dart on TJ Perkins, where he held him in like the pile driver position, but instead of going for an actual pile driver, he hurled his body like a dart, like a freaking arrow. He hurled it like he was hurling a freaking spear, and hit TJ Perkins' head hit the middle rope. And for all the shit that people were talking about, like Seth Rollins should ban certain moves and other moves should be banned, if there was a move that had any good reason to be banned, it's the long dart. But Johnny Gargano doesn't use it in NXT like every single goddamn match. My assumption is that Gargano will not use the move unless he's working with a person who's A, comfortable with taking that move, B, and knows how to take it. Gargano and Perkins, they're indie wrestlers. They've been indie wrestlers for many years. So I get with TJ Perkins, you kind of get the feeling that, okay, yeah, this guy's a major indie wrestler. He's the kind of guy that could take a certain dangerous move. The long dart is one of them. That wasn't the finish though, although it could have been good enough to be the finish. That was a fucking awesome move. So Perkins and Gargano. Perkins beat Gargano with a modified knee bar, not like Noam Dar's knee bar. He kind of, it was almost like a knee bar mixed in with some leg locking, so almost like a figure four leg lock mixed in with a knee bar. And this played into the finish. This was the finish because Johnny Gargano in storyline had an injured knee that he suffered at TakeOver Brooklyn 2. So when he got the knee bar, Gargano was not tapping. He modified that knee bar, and when he did that, Gargano was tapping in a few seconds. In a few seconds, Gargano was tapping, and yeah, this was a pretty damn good match. And I have to say, I didn't expect TJ Perkins to win. I wanted him to win. I got the feeling that it looks like Johnny Gargano might win this one. I don't think Johnny Gargano should go to the semifinal because he's already got NXT. He's working with a program with a revival, or at least I think he is now. I don't know what he's doing because it's only a couple weeks removed from TakeOver Brooklyn 2. Not much really happened on last week's TakeOver, which is why I didn't bother reviewing it because nothing happened. The only thing that happened was Shinsuke Nakamura's NXT promo, which was pretty good. Which was good, but it was just a promo. That the era of strong style is here. Bret Hart must be displeased, considering strong style could hurt somebody. But yeah, a great show with the Cruiserweight Classic Week 7. Right now we have Week 8, which just happened last week. This was the start of the semifinal rounds. And the semifinal rounds are... Actually, not the semifinal, the quarterfinal rounds. Which consists of Akira Tozawa versus... hold on. Yeah, Akira Tozawa versus Gran Metalik. Brian Kendrick versus Kota Ibushi. Brian Kendrick versus Kota Ibushi. Noam Dar versus Zack Sabre Jr. and TJ Perkins versus Rich Swann. So we have a mix of, and my predictions are who's going to be in the semifinals. Well, I'll get to that after. Actually, I'll get to that after I review Week 8. Because two of them has already happened. So we started off the show with Akira Tozawa versus Gran Metalik. This was a great match. Fun match. It's like Tozawa was stepping it up with every match he was in. Kenneth Johnson, it was a good match, but it was unbelievable that a newbie could face a seasoned veteran like Tozawa. His match with Jack Gallagher, I think it was Jack Gallagher, was pretty damn fun. Before I continue, I just remembered both Gallagher and Tozawa were selling hurt knees in those matches, so that was a lot of fun to watch with the selling. And now his match with Gran Metalik was a great match. Gran Metalik won after here's what happened. Tozawa hit the delayed deadlift German suplex, which Gran Metalik just kicked out of. So he went for another deadlift German. I was going to say Lince Dorado. Gran Metalik kicked out. Gran Metalik kicked out of the sorry about that. Gran Metalik kicked out of the German suplex. Tozawa went for another one. Gran Metalik fought out of that, and then just hit it was really a Michinoku driver, but he called it the Metalik screwdriver. So there's that. I did think the finish, as great as the match was, the finish was slightly anticlimactic. Only because Gran Metalik kicked out of Tozawa's finisher. Tozawa did not kick out of Metalik's finisher. I think if they just kicked out of each other's finishers, and one of them went, and like say Metalik went for like a super Metalik driver, like off like the middle rope or something like that, or just went for a second one, I think would have been the nail in the coffin. But it was a little bit weird that Tozawa kicked out of a that Tozawa did not kick out of a finisher, which just seconds earlier Metalik did. So it was just weird. It was not what I guess should have happened, but still it was a great match, and my opinion, the right guy won. You already have Kota Ibushi, who I'll get to in a second, pretty much going to the semifinals. You don't need another Asian guy to do it. Akira Tozawa has done well enough in the tournament to impress. Brian Kendrick and Kota Ibushi. This was the second best match of the tournament, just behind Kota Ibushi and Cedric Alexander. It was a great match, and beyond anything else, it told a great story of Brian Kendrick wanting to get back to the top, at least of the Cruiserweight division. He wants something again. He wants another chance. So, and he says, look, 38-year-old Brian Kendrick may not have the same opportunity as 37-year-old Brian Kendrick does. And Daniel Bryan and Mauro, by the way, they're great announcers together. Daniel Bryan, he was pretty much biased for Brian Kendrick. He was Brian Kendrick's best friend. And so he was going for Kendrick all the way. I loved several spots of this match. One spot of this match came when Kota Ibushi went for his other finisher, which is the Phoenix Splash, and immediately after that, Brian Kendrick went in and locked in the Bully Choke, which is what he went to use one of his matches in the tournament earlier. This was a fantastic match, and it kept you wondering because, again, like Ibushi and Alexander, and maybe this is Kota Ibushi's selling, but you have a split moment there where you think, oh my god, Brian Kendrick is winning this one. But it doesn't happen because, Kota Ibushi kicks out. But, there's several moments. Brian Kendrick hit sliced bread. Poor Eva Marie must be wallowing, seeing that her own mentor using a finishing move when she should have been using it. Kota Ibushi, he hit the Golden Star Powerbomb and that was it. But I can't name the amount of spots that happened in this match. There's too many. But this was a great match. I mean, oh my god, what made this match so good? Alexander and Ibushi told a great story, but beyond that, the wrestling itself was just so goddamn awesome. And this match was kind of opposite. The wrestling was pretty damn good, but the storytelling made it that much better. So, and like with Alexander, Brian Kendrick had a you could say a post-credits ending to the Cruiserweight Classic. The crowd were chanting for Brian Kendrick. Daniel Bryan came down, hugged Brian Kendrick, and it was just an emotional moment. Brian Kendrick, I think, was crying. It was just a very, very emotional moment. And I have to say, I almost feel bad that Brian Kendrick didn't win this tournament because of how bad I felt for when he lost. But it was a great moment, and I don't think it can be matched in terms of the actual emotion. Not the wrestling, because we already had a better wrestling match in the tournament. But in terms of the emotion itself, I think nothing can top Brian Kendrick in this one, except for maybe the Cedric Alexander thing of please sign the chant of please sign Cedric, and then Triple H out here and says, okay, let's go talk to make it happen. So there is that. With that said, guys, that was the week 8 review. Second best show, in my opinion, just maybe on par with Ibushi and Alexander, that show, because that had a pretty damn good match with Gran, Metalik, and Tajiri, but an even greater match with Ibushi and Alexander. This show was not as great, but still a great as hell match between Brian Kendrick and Kota Ibushi, and a great match between Tozawa and Gran Metalik. So this might actually be better overall in quality than Ibushi and Alexander, but Ibushi and Alexander was the best match of the night, the best match of the tournament so far. We still get to see Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi. I get that match has 5-star potential. So that's it, guys. Week 6, 7, and 8 review are up. I hope you get hiccups, especially with the one that just happened right now. So with that said, guys, I will be watching the CWC tomorrow night. The videos you will soon see, hopefully, will be on my recap of the G1 Climax tournament, a review of WCW Loaded from a couple weeks ago, August 22nd, I believe, and the most recent show, WCW Stack, which is almost like a main event. I mean, a pay-per-view like show. So G1, two WCPW reviews, hopefully a Raw review from Raw last night, and soon SmackDown, going over a couple matches from 2 weeks ago and this week, as it is the Go Home show to Backlash, which is this Sunday. I will be reviewing that. One more video update is my top 10 video game series, my personal top 10 favorite video game series. Number 6 will be coming soon. Don't you worry. So with that said, guys, have a good night or day, whatever. I'm probably just gonna be recording after I finish recording this one. So I'll see you guys soon, and have a good day.